なると優先すべきはお前だな。
We always got that moment in an anime episode where we see our favorite characters capture the attention in a room with their charisma and their charm. A cool montage teasing us of the thrilling events about to unfold. What is the one thing fans love more than epic fight scenes? If not the amazing entrances of their beloved characters. I think you all know what's coming next. So without further ado, let's check out the list of the top 10 epic anime entrances.
マイキのバグだ。
何やってんだよ、お前ら。
Coming in at number 10 is Tokyo Revengers. Mikey and Draken arrive to beat Taiju. Have you ever felt so hopeless when a graceful light suddenly appears? Well, this scene embodies that moment when Mikey and Draken arrive just in time as Takemichi and Hakai are about to get beaten up by Taiju. No one can deny that the noise of the motorcycle getting closer to your direction when you're backed up against a corner is quite badass. No one even touched Mikey and Draken when they arrived. The Black Dragons just allowed them to approach the church with no problem at all. Talk about having a dominating aura. When Mikey entered the room, he even greeted everyone a Merry Christmas. Well, before looking at Taiju dead in the eyes as if he was about to take the very life out of him. After tanking a punch himself, Mikey managed to beat Taiju with a single kick in the head. Confidence radiates from Mikey, and this entrance scene proves it. With a mix of tension and relief, this scene showed how much of a beast Mikey can be. Not only that, the emotion that radiates from the characters connects and establishes how much they mean to one another. In addition to that, the animation from the moment Mikey entered the room to the part where he looked at Taiju dead in the eyes was executed so well that one can already be convinced about how much power Mikey has.
全員銃を下ろせ。それも軍系最強の特殊部隊猟犬だ。
Coming in number 9 is Bongo Stray Dogs, the hunting dog's arrival. With an explosion of an entrance, the introduction of the hunting dogs in the 7th episode of Bongo Stray Dogs Season 4 is nowhere short of spine-chilling. How else would you describe a group of people nonchalantly coming out of 3 ships while leaving a crater after they landed? The atmosphere felt heavy and fear crept on the witnesses as we finally see their faces. The next sequence gives us an unforgettable experience, saving it a spot in our top 10 list. It shows a unique animation and transition of the Bloodhounds. It is a noteworthy scene because it is unique for introducing the villains in a playful, quirky way. In the first pod comes out a man with claw marks on his face, Fukuchi, their captain. Then we see Jono, a familiar face making a comeback, who shocks his captain by being in the midst of the army that welcomes them with guns pointing because he arrived early. Next comes out Tekcho, who made quite a dramatic entrance by slashing his ship into pieces instead of just passing through the door. And lastly, we see a cheerful girl swinging out of the last airship, none other than Okura, their vice captain, completing the pack of bloodhounds. With the appearance of the hunting dogs, the episode titled Dogs Hunting Dogs finally makes sense.
この処刑を成功させ世界のゴミども。
捕まえたならちゃんと殺してほしかったな。
And at number 8, we have Akudama Drive, Cutthroat's entrance. Red! 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 What's more dramatic than creating a blood fountain after beheading a person just as you arrived? Cutthroat gave a dangerous impression with psychopathic energy when he uttered his first dialogue in the series. Freeing himself from the binds of the police officers, Cutthroat beheaded the inspector of the police that was supposed to bring him in to his execution. It really shows that Cutthroat is not a character to be taken for granted since he enjoys the sight of blood coming out of, people's necks. For a person who is sentenced to 967 years in prison because of his 1,000 kill streak up to this point, they gave him the cold and unnerving entrance the viewers deserve. Although there were no flashy scenes in the sequence, Cutthroat already proved his psychotic demeanor in just 20 seconds. The animation of his attack was so vivid that one can already understand how fast Cutthroat can kill. As if the next sequence of Cutthroat slashing 1,000 heads wasn't menacing enough, he even rejoiced as one exploded. The viewers can feel the tension and fear crippling the other characters' spines when Cutthroat gets introduced. Coming in number 7 is Record of Ragnarok, Jack the Ripper opening appearance. If one should describe the next epic anime entrance on our list, that one word would be badass. Walking out in the thick fog, his identity is commentated enthusiastically by the announcer, while a slowed-down punk version of the famous nursery rhyme, London Bridge is Falling, plays in the background. The camera angle shots used in animating Jack the Ripper's reveal are so well executed and effective. Jack the Ripper's introduction is deemed as the best entrance by Record of Ragnarok fans, stating that the entrance with its music chills them to the core. The legendary Jack the Ripper, the evilest of evil, with a heart filled with coal black darkness. The most celebrated murder in mankind's history was an amazing introduction for humanity's representative in the 4th round of Ragnarok to fight against Heracles. Coming at number 6 is Eminence in Shadow, Cid's dramatic entrance. Just like its epic entrance as one of the newest fan favorites during the fall anime 2022 season, Eminence in Shadow also doesn't hold back when it comes to the staple dramatic entrance of every anime hero, but in this case, anti-hero should have. In the 9th episode of the 1st season of Eminence in Shadow, we see Cid save President Rose. After the students and the president regained some of their powers, they decided to take it upon themselves to fight back and kill some of the terrorists. Their independent rage was cut short, however, when the stunning yet mysterious Eminence in Shadow Cid arrived. What makes this scene deserve to be on our list of top 10 epic anime entrances is its striking and well-executed animation of Cid's arrival. He enters the room where the president is held hostage by the cult knight and the terrorist in a super cool dramatic entrance, destroying the glass ceiling above them and making a flawless landing on the auditorium. Coming in number 5 is My Hero Academia, Shigaraki is Reborn. My Hero Academia never fails to give their characters epic entrances, and this entrance with Shigaraki being reborn is truly epic. This scene was heart-wrenching as the heroes fight for their lives to stop Shigaraki's awakening. With every hero badly injured and tired, they fell short of their mission as they couldn't stop Shigaraki's transformation. If you have been watching the anime up to this point of the story, then you truly understand the fear that was surrounding the battlefield as Shigaraki wreaks havoc on the city with his awakened quirk. This moment felt like the calm before the storm because of the things that happened after Shigaraki was born. This villain entrance is a really big twist compared to hero entrances because everyone expects a flashy entrance that gives hope. But this is the complete opposite. This entrance filled the battlefield with fear and despair. This scene deserves the 5th spot on the list because you don't see a lot of villain entrances that can compete with hero entrances, let alone be good enough to be this high on the list. Coming in at number 4 is Cyberpunk Edgerunners, Atom Smasher makes an entrance. An episode of love, death, and robot weight. Atom Smasher did not disappoint to exert how much of a brute force he can be by making an entrance worth getting crushed for. Literally. After a short encounter with David, Atom Smasher jumped off the building in pursuit of the main character. During this, Atom Smasher was able to crush Rebecca that was directly below him. Atom Smasher shows how much of a merciless Borg he is in order to fulfill his assignment. He is indeed a living legend. This entrance is top tier indeed and really deserves to be in the top 4. The animation is so crisp that you can feel the hardness and firmness of Atom Smasher's landing on Rebecca. Atom Smasher connects with the audience by establishing fear and anxiety. A masterful and successful attempt to create an entrance that surprises everyone. Coming in at number 3 is One Piece. Zoro returns to battle. One Piece never fails to create epic entrances for their characters, and Zoro returning to battle in the Wano arc is one that you should not miss. Before this entrance, Zoro was injured and unable to battle at the time. Marco was fighting alongside Sanji and the others to make up for the lack of power since Zoro is sidelined. As King and Queen seem to have the upper hand against Marco and the others, a somehow healed Zoro jumps to the battlefield alongside Sanji. They both waste no time in putting King and Queen back in their place. The animation combined with the timing and music makes this entrance even more memorable. Zoro's face when he was about to use the three-sword style Purgatory Onigiri was animated with bursting colors to indicate the intensity of the scene. The moment itself is really good too, by giving the fans what they want. Everything fits so perfectly in the scene and it makes you want to keep on watching. This entrance is definitely one to remember, as it makes us remember the feeling of having a loved and familiar character come back to the screen, filling us with hope for what's in store. Coming in at number 2 is Attack on Titan, Final Season. Eren declares war against Marley. If the topic is about epic entrances, then Eren deserves to be on the top 2 of the list. Eren declaring war against Marley was truly a spectacle to see. The start of the season had everyone confused as it starts with a whole different cast, and Eren and the others are nowhere to be seen. It gives everyone a whole different perspective on the lives of the Eldians that are living in Marley. Then as the episodes went by, familiar characters like Jean and the others start to appear in the story. It gives the viewers a sense of inclusion, like they are part of the infiltration team. The build-up to Eren's declaration of war against Marley was filled with so much intensity. Eren's confrontation with Reiner surrounds the room with an eerie feeling, making the declaration of war all the more intense. As Willy Tiber plans to declare war against Paradis, Eren responds by transforming into the Attack Titan and eating Willy Tiber, the supposed holder of the Warhammer Titan. This entrance hypes up everything to the viewers because the scene is the start of a war that was orchestrated by one person. Truly a masterpiece to see, witnessing Eren go all out to obtain the Warhammer Titan. And at number 1 we have Bleach, 1000-Year Blood War. Ichigo arrives. Hail to those who are fashionably late. Ichigo's arrival at Soul City is just so on point when you talk about great timing. A strong spiritual pressure was felt, and a sword from the sky sliced through the ground, attracting everyone's attention. After finally being freed by Akon, Ichigo quickly traversed Soul City, saving as many of the injured as he could. He also runs into Kuchiki Byakuya, who is on the verge of death, begging him to save the realm. The dynamic shots, the dialogues, and the animation of the scene have so much finesse. This entrance is truly deserving to be on our top 1 of epic entrances. Ichigo emerged blood-drenched and soaking wet by the rain in a combat-ready yet relaxed stance. Anger clearly fuming out of him. Anger from this knowledge that Yuach was the one who ordered the destruction of Seirete. Truly an epic entrance for an epic fight that is to come between Yuach and Ichigo, a moment that will go into legend. And with every entrance, there must be an exit. Sadly, we have finally come to the end of the video. Comment down below which epic entrance you love the most, or tell us about an entrance that should be on this list. And while you're at it, might as well like the video and share it to some of your friends. Also, don't forget to subscribe to the channel and be notified of more epic top 10s. And as for now, I'll catch you later. See you in the next one.